What's going on, guys? What's going on, man? Man, let me tell you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I absolutely thank each and every one of you guys that are jumping on here right now. Today is my first show, and I had to, you had to come in with a bang. You see the shirt, um, you see it, battle tested, you know, and that's exactly what my day looked like. And I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. But I want to welcome you to the battle tester. What doesn't break you builds your brand, right? And so this is episode one. Episode one. You have to come in just like it is. No matter what, you got to do what you got to do to make it happen, right? So let me tell you a little bit about who I am and why we're here today, right? Like, man, I've done a lot of different things in life, and war zone to the boardrooms, right? Like when I say war zone to the boardrooms, when I was 21 years old, I was in Iraq doing 10 months out there, and let me tell you, and I just kept on going forward with that, and in 27 months in the Air Force, I was number one in Japan, and all my stuff didn't start off as all pretty and nice and all that stuff either, but I'll get to that in a moment, right? Like, but I did 4 tours and 6 years in the Air Force, 4 tours and 6 years in the military, and so my stuff started off in Mississippi though, right? Like, so you can get to know a little bit about who I am and what I'm about, right? Like, um, I was built on battles, man. Like my entire life, I was built on battles, and I had to survive, right? And so those are the things that really built who I was, and things of that nature. So I am here today, and you know, uh, like when I say my day was crazy, my son, he was supposed to hold hand my daughter, but I had to go pick her up. That's what I'm talking about. You know, when I say I had to go and get her, and we got to bribe our kids a little bit, right? So I made sure I had got her together, picked her up from school, and now she's right here with me, and I got to do what I got to do so I could be here with you guys. So when we talk about, I was supposed to move in my crib today. Some things went wrong, went right with that. I don't say things went wrong. Let me see. That's the first jewel. Things don't go wrong in life. It goes aligned in life. Okay, it goes aligned, right? And so, like I said, going back to where I started from, I failed the third grade and fifth grade because I hated reading, writing, and speaking. Today, I'm a seven-time published author, publisher, coach, speaker, all these amazing different things in the world, right? So you can start from wherever you start from, and you can go and dive into where you're going to dive into. So you got to really look at where you want to go in life, not where everybody else wants you to go in life. So that's a jewel, right? Pick it up, write it down, right? And so, like I said, I served in the United States Air Force, man, and I left Mississippi at 17 and never looked back. And went into the Atlanta, and dove into it, and really started diving into it. I was in Atlanta for about 3 years, and I went to the Air Force, and that's why it kind of dove into what I was just sharing with you a moment ago. And so, did almost 9 years in the military, 2 tours in Iraq, one in Afghanistan, one in Ecuador. I did all that in 6 years. Got married super early. I got a bachelor's degree in 3 years, 5 months. So you can look at it when we talk about anxiety and battles in life. I've gone through them, right? And I came out on the other side, and that's one of the things is about life. And what you're gonna learn about this show is you're gonna, you're gonna come out on the other side. Period. Like you're gonna come out on the other side if you listen to me talk. I've come out on the other side, and the greatest battles didn't happen overseas. It happened at home, though, right? Like I went in the military and got married in 13 days, and they say military spouses and things of that nature, but no, me and my wife, we really clicked on from day one, and you know, I was in Japan and she was in Atlanta, right? And she jumped in my inbox on MySpace. Most people probably laughing like, "Wow." Right, but no, she jumped in my inbox on MySpace and we dove out in it. She rolled it out with me in my first deployment, and we just kept on rocking that. And when we first met, we just dove in 19 days we got married. We was married for 13 years. We had some ups and downs going out the journey, right? Like I'm just giving you guys a little backstory of who I am and why I became, and so that's where it was. And so we dove into it. We was married for a long period of time, and we just kept on going with it until her transition in 2020. She dealt with lupus for 10 and a half years, right? She dealt with lupus for 10 and a half years, and we dealt with that battle together, and So we're on here this thing today, and I wouldn't be who I am without that, right? Like over the last 5 years, almost 5 years, September, October 24th to make 5 years, she's been transitioned, right? I wouldn't be who I am today. I wouldn't be the healing person. I wouldn't be on this show right now, launching this podcast, if it wasn't for that right there, because I had to dive in, I had to go inside to really figure out where that pain came from. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're going to be talking about. We're going to talk about some battles in here. We're going to talk about, I'm going to bring on people, some amazing people to really share their story and their gifts. And man, you got to be here on the 29th though. You got to be here on the 29th. I got somebody special. You're going to see the promos coming out soon. But I got somebody special to me that's going to be diving in. So we're talking about battle tested. Some of the times your breaking points will build your brand, right? If you push yourself to the limit, and that's one of the things, you have to push yourself to the limit, no matter what. It's a part of life, it's part of life, and you keep on pressing forward, and life happens for us, not to us. I heard Tony Robbins say that before. Life happens for us, not to us. And if you think about it that way, life happening for you. Think about all the things that happen for you in life. Think about all the things that happen for you in life, not to you in life. See, when you think about things, because, I'm not going to get too scripture or biblical, but hey, you can look in the Bible for it. For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you, not harm you, plans to give you hope in the future. So like I said, I'm not going to dive in that too much or whatever, but we're going to identify a lot of these moments in your struggle. I know, and for me, just the day alone, in my journey, right? Like in my journey today, attempting to get here, being here in this moment. You don't know exactly what what the journey was to get here on this call today, right? To launch this thing, right here, to be here right now, to launch this. It's a lot. It was a lot. I tell you that, right? But I wear my shirt. I wear my shirt. This shirt right here, you see. This shirt right here, you see. I wear it as an armor, right? I created it as an armor for everybody out there. I created it as an armor for everybody out there that have been through something. Right? What doesn't break you builds your brand. You have that ability. You have the ability, something I learned in the military, right? Ability, capability, and intent. We all possess all three of those things right there. Ability, capability, and intent, right? We're going to identify a lot of those things that within your struggle or your journey today. So we're going to dive into it, though. So I'm just going to kind of, if you got a pen and paper, I want you to write something down. If you're driving, I don't want you to write anything down. I just want you to list it up, bro. Like, for real. We ain't going to do nothing, right? I want you to ask yourself, what's your breaking point? Like, what was your breaking point in life? Like, what was your breaking point to get you to this moment today? Because the present moment is the only moment available to us. It's a door to all moments, right? I just put out a journal. Put out a journal last year, October 25th, right? Like the universe has a special way of doing things. I wanted to put it out on her anniversary, but the universe said, "Nah, this your day right here, right? This is your day." And so that's why I want you to know, what's your breaking point? For me personally, it was that day that she transitioned. It was that day that she transitioned. I went back to my house. I was in a 5-bedroom house, right? A 5-bedroom house. I was in a 5-bedroom house, and when I was in a 5-bedroom, house, I was just like, hey, I've done everything right in life. Done everything right in life. And all those walls fell down that night. I was there by myself, my kids. Like, I had some amazing support system in Linda Buck. Like, shout out to Linda Buck, man. Shout out. That was my late wife's best friend. Shout out to her, man, because she picked up the ball that day. Right? She picked up the ball that day. right? It was on a Saturday morning. So she picked up the ball. And so shout out to Linda Buckman and Linda. Super proud of super thanks for you. And man, she about to hit 50 this year. She probably don't want me to tell her that, but hey, shout out to her, man. She's a dope person. And you know, she got a doctoral degree. She's a director and all that stuff in the school. I got kicked off. Got kicked off for a second. Somebody was calling. And hey, shout out to her though. But hey, here's the thing. Here's the thing right here. Like your breaking point. Write that thing down. Whatever your breaking point was, write it down. This is where you start at. This is not where you're in at, right? This is where you start at. This is where you're gonna dive in and really get that thing to going, right? So that's what I want you to know. Like your breaking point. You gotta really know exactly. But I'm gonna give you a framework. Something so I got my MBA, right? I got my MBA. And so we're gonna turn these battles into blueprints though. So I'm gonna give you the structure on how to be able to do that though. Right? We're gonna get some, you know, you probably thought you was gonna get somebody teaching you something on all these different things. But I'm gonna teach you the game, right? Teach you the game, right? So here's right here. It's 8 steps, right? I use this I learned this through my breaking, like through my season of healing. I learned this here, right? I was downloaded this specific thing framework to help elevate myself. So I'm gonna help elevate you, right? To get me right here today. Okay. That's what I want you to know. Identify. One is identify. So it's called I scored framework. Identify your story. Like, what is your story about? Right? Like your story. Schedule. Intentionally reflect and have planning sessions with yourself. Break those things down for you. Consult or control. How did this, like, put some structure to it? We gotta put some structure to it. If you don't put no structure to it, it's we wasting your time and wasting my time, right? So I'm giving you the game right now. This is what I use for every single thing I do in life, right? Like I use this right here, this blueprint. That if you want more coaching and really direct on using this brain, and I'll break it down for you, okay? So we're gonna analyze, right? We gotta analyze. We're gonna figure out why these lessons and these things, these past struggles happen for us, right? Like let's direct them in the right space, put them in categories. And that's one of the things is about life. You gotta put these things in category. You can't put it all together. If you put it all together, you're gonna overwhelm yourself. So let's put all of these things together and dive in. Optimize. What optimize means, right? What optimize means is let's let's get rid of the old. Let's get what the things that we need. The things that we need, we put them over here. Things that we don't necessarily need, we put them over here. Okay. Things that we need, put them over here. Put them things that we don't need, put them over here. Right. And then now that we have some things that we need, we're gonna find out the best route. So when I think about route, like I live in Jacksonville, so it's 2 routes to get to Atlanta, right? Get 2 routes to get to Atlanta. You can go up 95 to 16, or you can go to 10 to 75. Which route do you choose? You choose the route based on what you've already optimized. Hopefully it makes sense, right? And then you evaluate. You evaluate exactly what it is, right? Like what, like now that you've gotten these routing and you diving into which route you want to take, you want to be able to evaluate what is working for you. What works for me don't work for you. Okay, is that safe to say? What works for me don't work for you, right? And it might sometimes we might be on the same page. I don't know, right? Like I don't know. And so, and then we want to deliver this message. We're gonna deliver the message to what we're gonna do, right? So here's what I want you to do. I'm gonna challenge you today. Before you even go to the next week, man, I want you to really write down a step and implement it. One thing that's been holding you back, that's gonna help implement that thing, man, is like we're gonna get through some of these struggles that we've been holding on, these backpacks that we've been holding on, right? We're gonna get through some of that stuff. We're gonna see, one of the biggest things for me is I had gone through life. Like I said, I failed the 3rd grade and 5th grade because I hated reading, writing, and speaking. Today, I'm a 7-time author, speaker, coach, now podcast host, right? Been in the military. Like I made staff sergeant in less than 4 years. In 3 years, 9 months in the military. I put it on 3 years, 9 months in the military. On active duty service. On 4 deployments. Like on 3 deployments, rather. Like I did that, right? Like, it wasn't like, and I just launched this entertainment company, right? Like, this is me, right? And I'm a single dad, right? So you think about all of these different things in life, right? It's going to make you or break you. What do you want? Which do you want? You want to get made or you want to get broke? It's going to make you or break you, okay? So we're going to turn all these different things. Let's turn into money, right? Wisdom to cash flow. Just, hey, be on shout out to that right there. Shout out to that right there. From wisdom to cash flow. That's something I got that's brewing right now from wisdom to cash flow. Hey, we're gonna talk about that later though. But like during COVID, man, it was so much fear going on in COVID, and having somebody that that you love and you respect and and all of that stuff, having transition or having to deal with that in COVID. You can't go too much. I don't know if you now we out of 4 years, 5 years out of COVID now. In 2020, it was ridiculous. 21, it was crazy. 22, we was like, all right, whatever. It is what it is, right? 23 was like, all right, whatever, right? Like we was, it is what it is, right? 24, 25, people just back to normal. Like you'd be like, oh, okay, right? Like that's the thing about it in life, and and shout out, like I said, shout out to my late wife, man. She's the reason why I started writing, though. I was competitive, right? Like I'm gonna tell you how I got. I'm gonna go a little bit before I go to the next segment, and but I started writing because my therapist said, hey, you need to start writing, and I was like, all right, cool, no problem. I was like, you say you need to start journaling. All right, bet. Start journaling, and that was the case. And when I started journaling, um, it was interesting for me. But I seen her writing, right? I seen her writing, and I was like, all right, if she can do it, I can do it. She can do it, I can do it. So I was on some competitive stuff. But then when I seen it, I was like, man, okay, let's do it. You know what I mean? I was like, I had a bachelor's degree, and she had a lot of book experience, right? Like, let me tell you, I'm gonna tell you, like, y'all see me smile and all that stuff, but I ain't start there, man. I almost got blown up in Afghanistan. Yeah, I almost got blown up in Afghanistan. Yup. And so you see the smile, and so it was a lot of things going on up here, and I was like, man, I said, check this out. But we was going to New York, ball ties, no registration, no insurance. Man, let me tell you, like, we bet on our dreams, right? When we talk about this shirt right there, you guys can see the shirt a little bit. Let me say, you can see the shirt a little bit, but it's battle tested. What doesn't break you build your brand. Like, we had to choose sometimes. Because we had about 13 authors. We had to choose sometimes. We're going to pay a light bill, or we're going to put out a book cover. Light bill or book cover. Which one we want to do? Light bill or book cover? You know what I mean? And we figure it out, though. So, like, that's why a lot of the times that these situations in life now, it be messed up, right? Like, you be like, wow. Like what y'all got going on? Like, what a back-to-back type deal at, right? Like back-to-back. Like where we at that? We ain't there no more, right? Like, and so, we started, I had a bachelor's degree. She had book experience. We launched a publishing company. We published over 200 books in 5 years before her transition. She wrote 16 of them. I wrote 7. My son wrote 6. like, like no BS. Like, and I'm gonna go ahead and world premiere. My daughter about to be an author for her 7th birthday. Right? Like she's gonna be an author. I'm gonna put her book out. Right? So just be on the lookout for that. And so we're putting together these things in life, right? So we transforming these personal challenges into monetary assets. That's what I'm talking about right there. From wisdom cash flow, right? These books, these trauma situations or these things that are happening for us, we transferring them to IP. We turning that to IP, right? I'm gonna give you a little formula that I came up with. Is CA plus CI equals IP. CA, conscious action plus clear intentions equals incredible possibilities. Okay? Conscious actions plus clear intentions equal incredible possibilities. So I'm giving you guys a lot of jewels on this thing right today. So you just got to reframe that trauma and brand it, right? Like for me, battle tested. Man, what doesn't break you builds your brand. Like I said, everything was supposed to stop me from getting here today, but I'm here, and that is what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So you gotta identify what your skills are. You just gotta identify. It ain't up to me to identify them for you, right? It's not that. So I'm giving you guys. This is the first show, so I'm giving you guys a foundation. Give you a foundation, right? Laying a foundation of who I am and how I think the way I think. You don't have to go and get degrees and stuff. You don't. It's people out there making 7, 8, 9 figures with no degrees. It's people out there, making with degrees, making 7, 8, 9 figures. Doesn't matter. Degree doesn't change who you are. It elevates who you are. Okay? Right? So for me, I just chose to. It was very competitive in the military for me to go get degrees and me to come out. And why not use my GI Bill? Right? So identify them lessons and input on those things. Those challenges are gonna make you who you are. Like they ain't break you, they made you. Because you take one piece of that, it's like if you think about a car, your mind is an engine. You take one piece of bolt or screw out of that, you no longer who you are. Right? You no longer who that is. Like you no longer who that is. So I heard Tony Robbins say this here. So I heard Tony Robbins say this. Tony Robbins said, if you take away the bad, you got to take away the good too. Right? He said this on I Am Not Your Guru on Netflix. Shout out to that. I Am Not Your Guru on Netflix. You take away the bad, you got to take away the good too. You got to take away the good too because like how do you get to the good? Right? Like how do you get to the good if you don't have the bad? Like you didn't have the messed up childhood. How could you have the amazing wife that you have now? Or the amazing husband you have now? How do you have that? You don't, right? You don't. So you can't have the 6-figure, 7-figure, 8-figure life if you don't go through the journey of it. And that's where shout out to the journey of being, my journal, man. That journal created the person you see today. Man, it's a lot of things, man. I'm telling you. Like I've been on this healing space. There's a lot of things that, shout out to my boy Roy Woods Jr., man. That guy that's my brother right there. And when you got those people that love on them, right? Even though you try to fight back at it, love on them, right? Because they, sometimes going out there this journey, man, like you're able to see things. So those small mindsets and those small skill shifts create the revenue that you desire. You just gotta believe and have faith. They say faith the size of a mustard seed, you can move mountains. Say mountain move, that mountain's gonna move, right? Like I'm not here to preach on you, right? I'm just doing some things that helps me out in my journey in my day, right? My battle test. And when things get bad, I'm like, hey, you got me right. You got me right. Like that's how I look at it, right? Like position your story to impact the world. You're not meant to play small. You're not meant to play small. I'm gonna tell you, not meant to play small. It's not. It don't look good on you. Mm. Playing small don't look good on you. And I want you to stop playing small in this world. Okay? I want you to stop playing small. Let's play in the big leagues now. Hey, I love this song called by Yo Gotti, man. Playtime over is the big league. Playtime over is the big league. Hey, playtime over is the big leagues. Playtime over, and they license that. So Yo Gotti is from Memphis. They licensed that in the NBA Finals. Let me tell you, he from North Memphis. They licensed that in the NBA Finals. Playtime over is the big leagues. So if you're gonna be over here on 5 o'clock every single day, let's rock and roll. Okay? Let's rock and roll. Hey, let me tell you, if you're gonna be here at 5 o'clock, you're gonna learn something, right? Because hey, I'm gonna tell you, I wanna announce it right now. I'm gonna announce it next week though. You gotta be here on the 29th. It's not even an option. Like, you gotta be here on the 29th. Because the 29th, man, I want to say it so bad. I ain't gonna say it though. You gotta be here next week. You gotta be next week. No, I ain't gonna say it. I'm just gonna be quiet. I'm just gonna keep on going to the next segment, right? So check this out. Check this out. I want you to get that pen and paper up again. Once you get that pen, I'm gonna give you a second. I'm gonna give you that. Like, what's your story? What's your story? What's your story? What's your battle look like? Post it in the comments or shoot me a DM. Post it in the comments. Shoot me a DM. Like, what's your story, man? Like, what led you to who you are today? I know for me, man, it was like I've been going through this journey. Shout out to DC, man. DC. Hey, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about DC, man. The DC is the station owner, and I came in to do an interview, and DC, come to find out, he was in the Air Force too. Come to find out, in the '90s, I don't want to tell his age. We ain't gonna go there, DC. But hey, in the '90s, we was in the same career field, and we linked up just like that, right? So shout out to DC, man, dope individual. He said, man, you got it. Hey, we got to get you your own joint, bro. Hey, off the one interview, he said we got to get you your own thing. So we just linked up from there, and I call DC all the time. Be like, hey, DC. He's like, bro, you good? What you worried about, right? So shout out to DC, man, straightforward dude. Um, but the journey of being, right? If you ain't got the journey of being, oh my gosh, it almost slipped my mind. I just recorded and narrated. I just narrated the journey of being audiobook, right? So the journey of being, you go on my website, Brandon Abbey official website.com, Brandon Abbey official website.com. You can get my audiobook, right? You can get on my audiobook. Hey, but check this out. To get the audiobook though, you can go on my website and get the book, get the journal. But if you order one of these t-shirts, right? You can order, hey, check this out. Go on my page. You can go on Brandon Abbey on Facebook. You go on my page, right? Go on my page. If you order a t-shirt, you get the audiobook for free. Hey, it's limited time offer though. Limited time offer, right? Hey, battle tested. Man, I was stationed in Tucson. I was stationed in Tucson, Arizona, man. Tucson, Arizona. I was in Japan Did 3 years in Japan. I did 4.5 in England, like Mildenhall, England. Yeah. So I did that time, man, and so in Japan I did 3 years. I was there for about 7 months, and then they sent me to Iraq for 10 months. Camp Buka, Iraq, doing detainee operations, and came back. I was there for 6 months, won a lot of awards and stuff, and then from there, I that's when I dove into the other, I went on and uh, started diving into. They sent me to Ecuador for 6 months. I came back and I made staff sergeant first time, and then I PCS to England. Um, was there for about 10 months. My wife had my son, and I went to Iraq. Second time I was logistics NCO. Came back from there, and came back there early because she had flatline. She flatlined the first time, right? So I've been through a journey, man. Like, been through a journey, a whole journey, and so I definitely would say it has been just that, and went from there, and it just kept on going, right? Like, it just kept on going, and that's the thing. So, man, it's been that journey to get here today. Um, so, man, when I started thinking back to um, the journey I've gone through, and um, it makes me smile, right? Because you got to, I'm a song guy, right? Like, I'm a song guy that it really sticks in my head. I used to listen to 3 6 Mafia a little bit back in the day, Project Pat, um, and he had the song "Take the Good with the Bad, Happy with the Sad, Love what you got, and remember what you had." Right. So I always think about that song when life happens for me, and no matter what. And so I absolutely think about that, um, and it just continue to push me forward in my journey, and um, I only continue to smile for it, man. Like, everything is happening for me, and that's what it is about, man. And I wouldn't be who I am today without it. I would not be who I am today without all of my journey, every last piece of it. From the childhood of growing up in Mississippi to um, having, you know what I mean? Like, Chris, you understand, right? Like, Chris, you got me right. Um, but growing up in Mississippi, and moving to Atlanta at 17, and having endured that, right? Like, growing up in Mississippi was one of the it's one of the most poverty-stricken states in the United States, right? It's most one now. It's like, it's crazy. Like some young kids are now there. Um, it's crazy. Like, how life has transitioned in that space, and I'm so glad that I got out of that. I'm glad that my son is not being raised in there. I'm glad a lot of different things, and the ups and downs in my journey, right? Like, I never wanted to be a single parent, right? Like, that was never my deal. I never woke up in the morning and said, yes, I'm gonna be a single parent. No, that's the um, that's the journey that was written for me, and I go back to the scripture. I got a couple ones that really sticks with me a lot, and like Jeremiah 1:5, when you was in your mother's womb, I knew you were going to be a prophet upon nations. Like I said, I'm not here to speak any spiritual um, downloads to people. What I am here to do is share with you who I am, and that's what this show is about. What doesn't break you builds your brand. That's what episode 1 is about. What doesn't break you builds your brand, right? Like, and I gave you guys a lot of jewels today, a lot from my lifestyle, a lot from um, who I am as a person, a lot from just in life. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Hey man, I can't, man. Like when they mom transitioned, man, it was like, and that's what the thing for me. I wanted more for them. You know, a lot of people seen a lot of different things that I was moving back then, and they were like, man, like wow, like you moving suspect. Hey, nah, I'm moving for my kids, because at the end of the day, you know, my daughter was less than 2 years old, right? So she never really got to see her mom. My son was 11 at the time, and so, you know, I had to I had to really do what I had to do at the time. So shout out to the people that have been a huge impact in my journey over the last 5 years, man. I don't want to say no names or whatever because I didn't get the disclosure to really talk about that. But shout out to them, man. It's like each and every one of the people that have shared knowledge space with me over the last 5 years. Shout out to them. Shout out to people that just over the journey, man, that I've come across. That's that's a huge list. I can't even name them, man. Like for real, I can't even name them all because it's like like so many people. But you know, you know, I got some dope people, man. I'm telling you, like dope people. I'm a dope person though. I would tell you, I would call myself arrogant or not. I am a dope person. So you come across me, it's you're gonna get some knowledge, right? Like who I am on this call. Like think about this, right? Like hey, shout out to my boy, my frat man. He shot me a text a minute ago. Asked him, hey, he met me at the gym, and I was dropping jewels, right? Like, hey, hey, he met me at the gym. We met at Planet Fitness one day. Hey, that's what we was doing, man. And I shout out to him and shout out to people that have supported me over the journey. And like I'm gonna tell you, and I'm not saying it because I narrated it. I'm not doing that. Um, but I would definitely say that you have to get the journal. You absolutely have to get the journal. The Journey of Being audiobook. You have to. Like it ain't no option. It's not an option, guys. Like I wouldn't even. It's not. I'm trying to. I'm attempting to push you to move you to do something. Like if you're gonna be here, I would definitely because I'm gonna talk about it, right? Like you can go and get the T-shirt and wear it. Like wear it as a brand. Like you can wear it around, and you can feel like, oh, I don't need it, right? I'm already good. But you think about a movement, right? Like to be a part of a movement, battle tested, to be battle tested every single day. You're gonna hear every week. You're gonna be on here. You're gonna hear something that about battle testing. Somebody that been through something and they went through it, right? They went through it. They ain't still in it. They went through it, and so um, we never get stuck in the mud, right? We never get stuck in the mud. Like we never get stuck in the mud. You got to think about that. You never get stuck in the mud. You move your feet out of that mud every single time. You move your feet out of it. Like you move your feet out of that mud. You never get stuck in the mud. So let's move together. If you see somebody that absolutely needs, or we don't, and my boy Roy heard me say that we need this right here. He'll get on to me about that, right? He'll get on to me about it. So I'm gonna say we don't need this. We don't need this, right? But we deserve it, right? Let's switch those words up. We all deserve it though. By me sharing this information with you guys, I deserve it too, because you guys brighten my day up. I'm probably, I'm listening. People around the world are listening to me right now and able to hear me sharing this conviction, right? Hear me sharing this conviction of it in life. Because at the end of the day, when the rubber meets the road, when we no longer here, when we go through this evolution, things called evolution of life, and we started off at the birth, and then we go to whatever that day is. That line is what you're creating right now. What do you think God's purpose for you? You have been through so much at such a young age. Man, empowerment through transformation. Doing exactly what I'm doing right now. Doing exactly what I'm doing right now. Empowerment through transformation, and showing people the exact same thing. Empowerment through transformation. And I would have, you know, shout out to one of these people, man. Like I said, special person. Uh, she asked me that question a long time ago, some years back. What's your purpose or whatever? And I don't know, right? And I had been in the military. I was really good at it, easy. Um, and so, yeah, shout out to her though. But empowerment through transformation, and I went through my journal. Right, like this all, like, let me tell you, I read a few books, one of them was called Voices of Knowledge. I read that book in a day, so go check it out, Voices of Knowledge. I read some books too, right? Like, I read some books, and which captivated my thoughts, and elevated me to the next level, and it did what it did. And so um, that's how I got here. That's how I got here. That is absolutely how I got here. And man, I look back at, but we ain't gonna stay on that too much. Hey, I want you, if you live in the Atlanta area, right? Like, this is right here. You have to get involved with this. Like, last month, I had the amazing opportunity to be at a global launch, right? It was some powerful people in the room. It was some powerful people. Like, I got to meet the former Prime Minister of North Africa. The former Prime Minister of North Africa. Man, man, Dr. O, salute to you. I got to meet, man, the COO of Cyber Alliance. I got to meet, man, freaking state representatives, like multiple consultants. But like, the person that invited me, she is the executive chairperson. Her name is Ijama. She is doing her thing with Godney NGO, right? Godney NGO, her and her sidekick, right? The director of partnerships, sponsorships, and collaboration, Princess Henderson. So I want you guys to go. So in October, I can't remember the date. It's October this year. I'll get you guys the information next week, but you guys have to check it out. They are building something massive here, right? It's Godney is over in Nigeria. They're bridging the gap between Nigeria and the United States, and they are the first imprint in the United States in Atlanta. And so what they're doing is they're needing support. They need amazing support to help elevate what they got going on there. They're gonna have their first town hall meeting in Smyrna, Georgia. They're gonna have their first town hall meeting in October 2025. So you have to check it out. Even if you can't go and want to be a part of the board of directors or board of advisories, or to be able to donate $5. Be able to donate $5. Anything helps. So what they're doing is they're helping youth from ages 6 to 35. Youth 35 is not a youth though. We know that, right? So I'm gonna correct myself for the people that you know that don't want to correct me. So from the age of 5 years old and up, right? So 5 and up, they're doing some phenomenal things, and man, shout out to those beautiful young ladies, man. This God has given them that strength and that power and that resilience to be able to lead such a powerful movement there. And what I mean, hey man, shout out to them because they were doing a Joma with my late wife's best friend, and me and her just clicked up like that, and she invited me to that while I was in Phuket, Thailand. Right, I was in Phuket, Thailand a couple months ago, and she invited me to it, and it was beautiful, and I thank her so much for inviting me and being a part of it. I told her, hey, I gotta shout you guys out. So. Man, it's such a beautiful experience and moment to be here today with you guys, and um, you know, as we are kind of shutting this thing down and bringing this thing in for the closing up, right? Like bringing this thing in for the closer. Is there anything that you would like to know, right? Like that's one of the biggest things is like, all right, cool. So if anybody got some questions, let me know. That way we can be able to rock and roll. And I'll continue to talk, and then we'll wait on those questions to come through. But I would definitely tell you, um, I'm coming here to stay, right? Like, this ain't no one off type deal. This ain't no one off type deal. I'm coming here to stay. Okay, we're gonna make some news. So we're gonna make some things going off here on Friday afternoons as you're driving home from work and you're doing your thing. So you have to get the shirt, get your body armor, right? Get your body armor. I got some for the women. Hey, go check out my page. I seen this, man, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love it. Right? It's this sweater. I would like to know, do you know what you do for your PTSD in the future show? All right, cool. I'll talk about it. I can talk about it now though. I do a lot of meditation. I meditate multiple times a day. I meditate multiple times a day, and I just believe in, I believe in my higher power, right? Like I believe in, I'm spiritual, and allowing my past to be what it is. I went through a transformation course. It's an educational transformation course. Um, I went through. It's called Landmark Worldwide. It's called Landmark Worldwide. And so Landmark Worldwide, it helps you leave the past in the past, live in the present, so you can create an amazing future for yourself. And so I just went through that in February. And then I actually just went through the advanced course in June. And then I'll be going through the leadership training program in next month. So, yeah, so no medications. I don't take medications. I got a therapist too. I talk to my therapist every single week. Um, Really, me and my therapist, we were locked in. Came to Jacksonville. Shout out to her. Hey, if you're looking for a life coach, she's transforming from a therapist to a life coach. I'll get you that information. Just DM me. Hey, she's a man. Over the last 2.5 years, I will put her up against anybody. I'll put her up against anybody. So let me slide over here for a moment and get that way my phone doesn't die on you guys, because you know how a phone is. A phone will die on anybody. It doesn't have any type of I got it right here. Cool. But yeah. So uh the journey of being. The journey of being. Let me see. Uh, you absolutely have to be present, and you gotta be present. You know what I mean? Like you gotta be present in life. And that's the biggest thing. You gotta be present in life. And if you're present in life, it goes in your space. If you're not present, it might twinkle down for you. Might not go right. It might do. It don't matter. So, um, yep, absolutely. All right. Any more questions, though? Any more questions? That's what I want to know. That's what we got this. Any more questions? Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, baby. This is the Okay. Okay, baby. Yeah. But yeah, man, like, hey, Okay, let me. You guys connect. Hey, you guys connect with me and all of that stuff. You can check me out on Mr. Diamond Inc. Mr. Diamond Inc. 2.0. Mr. Diamond Inc. 2.0 on Instagram. Mr. Diamond Inc. 2.0 on Twitter. Mr. Diamond Inc. 2.0 on TikTok. Right? Follow me. Follow me on on YouTube. Follow me on YouTube. Battle Tested Live Podcast. Battle Tested Live Podcast. Battle Tested Live Podcast. Okay. Follow me there. Hey, let's tap in, man. Like let's put this together. Make it happen. You know, be here next week, same time, same channel, right? Same movement. Let's go. Battle tested. What doesn't break you builds your brand.